Hi, this is John Hoffs, and I'm going to do a review of 1959's Suddenly Last Summer, directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz, starring Montgomery Clift, Katherine Hepburn, and Elizabeth Taylor, and based on a play by Tennessee Williams. The movie was panned in its day. The critics felt that it was one of Tennessee Williams' lesser plays, and that the adaptation by Williams and Gore Vidal was subpar. I remember seeing the movie back around 1977, and the movie takes place in 1937, and it was concerning a controversial new psychiatric treatment for the hopelessly insane, and that was called psychosurgery, better known as lobotomy. The plot revolved around the death of Katherine Hepburn's beloved only son, Sebastian, who was a very poetic, sensitive young man who she adored and seemed to almost have an incestuous relationship with him, although it was never consummated. One of the subtexts was that Sebastian was a homosexual. He and his mother would take trips every summer. She was a wealthy woman in New Orleans. But the last summer, he didn't want his mother to go with him. He wanted Elizabeth Taylor, his cousin, to go. According to the character that Elizabeth Taylor plays, he wanted her to procure young men for him, that she would be a magnet for young men, and out of that group of young men would be some that would take up with Sebastian. And the term "suddenly last summer" comes up frequently, where either Elizabeth Taylor or Katherine Hepburn, in recounting the horrors of that summer, talk about suddenly last summer Sebastian did this, and suddenly last summer everything changed. And what happens is that Sebastian dies. I believe he's perhaps 18, 19, 20 years old, allegedly of a heart attack. In actual fact, Elizabeth Taylor witnesses his death, and it's so horrific that she can't remember what it was that she witnessed, and she is committed to a private Catholic psychiatric hospital when she returns from Europe, from Spain, where the murder took place. I say murder because he did not die of a heart attack. He was literally chased down and mutilated and cannibalized by a horde of impoverished Spanish youth. This is revealed at the end when Montgomery Clift, who is a neurosurgeon who has become famous with the development of psychosurgery, is assigned to her case, Elizabeth Taylor's case. And Katherine Hepburn is dead set on having Elizabeth Taylor lobotomized because she doesn't want the truth of Sebastian's life and death revealed. However, Montgomery Clift, the doctor, is also skilled in psychiatry, and he does talk therapy with her, and in a cathartic moment is able to get her to reveal and remember what happened to Sebastian. I really liked the movie. At first I thought I would not like it. I remember it originally when I saw it, that it was turgid. I also had a thought about Tennessee Williams, who when I was young was really the preeminent playwright along with Arthur Miller in America. His talents were highly regarded, and his plays and movies were critically acclaimed, except for this one. And in watching it, I thought perhaps Tennessee Williams' reputation had been exaggerated somewhat. I think it was the shock value of his subjects. It was the psychological realism, the Freudian situations with the characters' psyches, the repressed homosexuality of some of the characters, and I think that was very shocking and contemporary at the time. Interestingly, I saw somewhere the appellation that the movie was and the play was Southern Gothic. I think that would be fair to say. Until next time, when I have another review for you, this is John Hoff saying au revoir.